back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, I am Shireen. I am an American living in England and I film videos about my life here as an expat. So you can expect to see things like my mom life, home decor, home renovations, DIY. If that kind of content interests you, then go ahead and click the subscribe button. So today's video is actually inspired by another content creator. There's this channel on YouTube called Lost in the Pond, and it's run by a British guy who I think resides in the US. And he films videos about the comparisons between living in England versus living in America. Things that are different around the house, customs that are different. I saw a video of his that did a comparison between bedrooms in the UK and bedrooms in America, and it was hilarious. His videos are funny. So it kind of gave me an idea or inspired me to create this video because when I moved here to the UK, one of the rooms in the house that I found that was just like had the most differences and like the most outrageous things was the kitchen. So I wanted to film this quick video just to show you what my kitchen looks like and how it might differ to my kitchen or your kitchen in the US. All right, just a little bit of background about me just for context. I grew up in the Northeast in the US, so between New Jersey and Pennsylvania. And then I moved to the UK about 8 years ago. So I've been living here for some time now. The first year and a half, 2 years, it took some getting used to. And I think I'll feature some of those things in videos to come. But, you know, I've been living here for 8 years. Some of the things that I'll show you now as Americans, you might think like, dude, like, how did you deal with this? This is so crazy. But for me, having lived here this long, you kind of get used to it. And it's now my way of life. And it's just, you know, it's just one of those things you just get used to. So anyways, here's my kitchen tour, and here are some things that you might find different about kitchens in the UK. Ready? All right. So first thing, I wanted to highlight some of the sought after features in American homes, and I'm talking about like single family homes. So the first would be the big double door refrigerator, lots of space, stainless steel usually. The second thing would be a kitchen island because this would offer more seating space and more worktop space. The third thing would be a stainless steel aesthetic. So a lot of the appliances would be stainless steel, and this would actually add to the decor element of the kitchen. And another thing would be the countertops would be usually made of natural stones, like a marble or a granite countertop. So this is my kitchen in the UK. The first thing you'd notice is it's probably a bit smaller than what you'd expect for a single family home, and there's no kitchen island. The thing is, homes here are a little bit smaller, so something as big as a kitchen island would not be a practical use of the space. The second thing you'd notice is there's no refrigerator. So we actually don't have refrigerators here. Just joking. The thing is, I live in a new build, and what I've found is that most new builds have the refrigerators actually integrated in the cabinet. So that's so cool. So this is actually my freezer and my refrigerator. So the third difference you'll notice, the fridges here are much smaller. So again, space is a premium, so we really don't have that space for, you know, the big double door refrigerators. So you'll see here also my dishwasher is also integrated in the cabinetry, which is pretty cool. And as we come to the next integrated appliance, you'll see it's the washing machine. So yeah, difference number 4, you'll find that the washing machine in the UK is often found in the kitchen. And I will explain more about that later. The next set of appliances will come to the stove and the oven, and you'll see the recurring theme here is everything's a little bit smaller. The other difference is that the stove here is called a hob. This next feature is a staple in every British home. You know the stereotype, the British love their tea, and this is tea making innovation at its finest, the electric kettle. So back in the US, if you want hot water to make tea or coffee, I guess you have a coffee machine, but if you wanted hot water, you'd actually have to put a kettle to boil. This kettle, it's plugged in, it's electric. You just press a button, and within 2 minutes or less, you have boiling hot water for your tea. I absolutely love this kettle. Okay, moving on to something else that you wouldn't expect to find in a kitchen. Here we have the boiler, the heating system for the house. It's much smaller than what I'm used to seeing in the US. It's a compact boiler. It's controlled by this little gadget here on the wall, and it controls the hot water and the heating in the house. Another feature in the kitchen, which is not really a difference, but I thought it was pretty cool because it was integrated into the cabinet as well, is the stove light slash range hood fan blower thingy. So here's a cool feature that I haven't seen in homes in the US. So here in the UK, you have a panel of switches that control the appliances in the kitchen. So there's a switch for the stove, for the refrigerator, for the freezer, for the washing machine, etc. And similarly, if you want to control the electricity going to your smaller appliances, you can actually turn off the electricity at the outlet. I guess by now some of you are wondering, okay, so if the washing machine is in the kitchen, where is the dryer, right? So the story about that. So as I mentioned, space is a premium here. So a lot of homes you'll find that don't have laundry rooms or utility rooms. So that's the main reason why the washing machine is in the kitchen, because it's right next to the sink. There's already plumbing in the kitchen, there's space in the kitchen, so the washing machine just goes in the kitchen. One of the things I had to get used to when I moved here, something that was a struggle in the beginning. Tumble dryers are honestly not that common here. The common practice is to hang your clothes out to dry. So growing up in Jamaica, that was normal, like you hang your clothes out to dry, and that's okay because Jamaica is warm and sunny and windy. But here the weather it's a temperate climate country, so there's winter and it rains. So I just couldn't grasp the concepts of like washing and hanging your clothes outside when in the winter, you know, because then it'll kind of just freeze dry. But yeah, here you hang your clothes outside to dry, and in the winter you hang them inside to dry. But there are dryers here. So we actually purchased a dryer about 3 years ago after our son was born. And the dryers here, I think I'll have to do a whole video on how different the dryers here. Yeah, so the clothes don't dry like warm and fluffy like you're used to. They kind of dry a little bit stiff, and I'll do a different video. So the long and short of it is space is a premium. So a lot of houses don't have laundry rooms. So you just do your laundry in the kitchen. So yeah, my washing machine and my dryer is in the kitchen. That door right there that you can see, I believe that was meant to be a utility room. So some of the new build homes I've seen now, they're starting to build them with utility rooms. And I think when my house was built, that was meant to be a utility room. There was space in there to fit the washing machine and dryer, but for some reason I didn't put any plumbing, and the builders did put the washing machine in the kitchen. So I think we can move it in there, but obviously we'll have to do the plumbing, and I just couldn't be bothered, so it is where it is. Yeah, so those are some things that are different about kitchens in the UK. I'm obviously doing this from my experience, my houses that I've seen as I've lived here. Obviously I can't speak to every kind of house in the UK versus every kind of house in America. I'm just kind of doing this comparison of, I guess, like a typical middle class single family home. It's not a criticism either. It's not to say one place kitchens are better than others. The thing about moving abroad is that you have to learn to adapt, and I guess that's the general overall message of my videos is you want to move abroad, things are going to be different, and you have to learn to adapt. It took me a while to get used to like not having a tumble dryer and hanging clothes, but after a year or so I was fine. It was just common practice. You just went in Rome, right? Yeah, so that's it from me. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing, and if you have any comments or recommendations of other comparisons that you'd like to see me do, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. All right, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.